Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Storytimers. It's me, Donna Vee, and I'm so excited to be here today. Today is Tuesday, April 13th. Can you believe it? Tomorrow is 4/14. It's one of my very good friends' birthday. I love her so much. But today, lucky number 13. Oh my goodness gracious. And it is really a nice day outside. It's hazy out, but it's beautiful out. And I'm so excited. On the East Coast of New Jersey, I'm in Nutley. Welcome to Storytime. We're here Sunday through Friday, 10 to 11. And we love to talk about positive things and healthy habits and good manners. And of course, there's always at least 3 stories. Today, we are continuing with the most amazing books that I found in the collection that was given to me by my friend and illustrated by Mark Teague. I have 2 books by him. 2 books that are illustrated by Mark Teague today. I have the Jane Yolen and Mark Teague combo, How Do Dinosaurs Say Goodnight? And Dear Mrs. LaRue, Letters from Obedience School. Again, both illustrated by local illustrator and artist Mark Teague. So excited. And then I have a classic because today's letter is D. So I have the Works with the Me Reader. Nope, we don't have the Here thing, but this is a little version of Dumbo. So I thought this would be kind of exciting. So I'm so happy that you're here. Good morning, Ryan from Ireland, Jim Tomlinson all the way from California. Nice to see everyone this morning. Dad, D for Donna Vee, D for Dad. D, I have to call you, but I went to the bank this morning. Terry's Drugs. The plumber was here to plunge the toilet because I want to say thank you for the most amazing card you gave me, Dad. I love the card you put in the mailbox for Yogi. I found it yesterday afternoon. So I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was very sweet, 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 and kind, kind, kind. You and Dad and Di. D is for doggies. Hi, Donna. It's Mush and Cinna. Hi, Cinna and Mush. It's Miss Donna. And I'm here. This is Cinna and Mush. Annabelle and Madeline. We've got Dash. And, of course, Hershey. And, of course, we have Yogi. Yogi's right here. Yogi's sitting here next to me. Thank goodness. Today's letter is not C. That was yesterday, so we have to switch that out. But I am so excited to be here. I've got some really cool books. I can't wait to see the illustration because as I talk about all the time, especially to the little kids, you know, reading is so important and writing is so important and literacy. But if maybe you're drawn more to drawing, that wasn't even an intentional play on words, and illustrating and coloring, you could perhaps be the illustrator of someone else's book. Or, like I always say, try drawing a story, and then what you could do is fill the words in afterward. So it's just an idea, something I used to do when I was a little girl. I used to draw lots of pictures, and I had certain characters that I would repeat, and then just fill in the story. So maybe one day you too could be on the byline of a book, whether it be the author or the illustrator, right? You know, lately I've been changing everything up and I've been reading a book and then going into the rest of story time. I think we're going to do that today. Let's do it. Why not? Let's get crazy. It is Tuesday, April 13th, and I'm just going to start off with Jane Yolen and Mark Teague's book, How Do Dinosaurs Say Goodnight? Well, I don't know, but we're going to find out. But look, there's like a little social distancing buddy right there. I love that. Whoa. And this is one of those books where I know I may trip up on a word or 5 because I'm not all that familiar with the names of dinosaurs. So I'll do my very best. And that's what I ask of everybody that likes to read, especially reading out loud. Do your best. And if you trip on a word, don't worry about it. Try it again. Don't give up. Don't not read because of one word. I mean, come on. Okay. How does a dinosaur say goodnight when Papa comes in to turn off the light? Oh. I mean, if you looked at the face, you might think it's a little scary. But I don't think it is because the dog doesn't look nervous. Papa doesn't even look nervous. Does a dinosaur slam his tail and pout? Ooh. I don't know. Does the dinosaur slam his tail and pout? Let's see. Does he throw his teddy bear all about? Oh, I don't know. Does a dinosaur stomp his feet on the floor and shout, I want to hear one book more? I mean, he might. Some pretty amazing illustration. I don't know. Do you stomp about like a dinosaur when it's time for bed? I certainly do not. I am more like a bear that likes to hibernate. I crawl under the cave that I create with my covers and snore like a bear. Does a dinosaur roar? Good morning, Mom. Oh, boy. Hi, Carol. How does a dinosaur say goodnight when Mama comes in to turn off the light? Ooh. Look at this beautiful illustration. But again, the dog does not look nervous. I think it's a very friendly dinosaur. I do. What do you think, Carol? Do you think it's a friendly dinosaur? I do. I think it is a friendly dinosaur. Does he swing his neck from side to side? Whoa. I mean, that's a tiny little bed for that dinosaur, don't you think? The dinosaur is probably better off sleeping outside because it's so much bigger than the house. Does he up and demand a piggyback ride? Now, see, the dinosaur, again, I'm sure, doesn't realize just how scary it can be. But if you notice the dog, that is how I know that I feel like the dinosaur really is not that scary. I mean, I'm not in the house, so I don't know. Does he mope? Does he moan? Does he sulk? Does he sigh? It sounds like something we all might do to go to bed at night. Good morning, Lisa. How are you? What's up, Daria? D for Daria. Does he fall on the top of his covers and cry? Oh, my bed's too small. That's what he would be crying about. Let's see. No, dinosaurs don't. They don't even try. They give a big kiss. Look at that. They give a big kiss. They turn out the light. Look, somehow he fit on that bed. They tuck in their tails. They whisper good night. Look at that. Pretty amazing, right? Good morning, Christopher S. Strite. Welcome to Story Time. They give a big hug, then they give one kiss more. Ah. Sweet. Good night, little dinosaur. It's very sweet. So sweet. That is by Jane Yolen and Mark Teague illustrated it. And I'm so excited because I know he's local and I have a few more of his books, and we've been featuring his books this week because of my friend Tanya Marks. She was very gracious and she stopped by and she gave me some books. And I'm really excited because it's so much fun when you realize that talent is everywhere. But talent can be local and not just far away places that we just always think of, right? So girls and boys, boys and girls, and anyone watching, I'd say to you guys all the time, start writing your books, start drawing your books, just be creative and put some stuff down. Even if you have to draw a little bit, take some time off and come back to it. But don't give up, especially if it's something that you're interested in or a dream or a passion. I mean, really, I always wanted to be an author. But now I kind of find my love in reading other authors' books until I decide to write my own. I have stories up here. I mean, how could you not after everything that's gone on in this whole wide world? There's so many good stories that we could tell of joy and positiveness. I don't even know if that's a correct word. But right now, what am I doing? I'm getting out the letter D, and I'm making it a little neater because I am in the mood to draw, but I can't really draw right now. So look, I just outlined my D. Lisa, I'd love a good alliterative sentence for D because I don't see our friend here, Frank. I know my mom put something here. She said it's not alliterative. The diamonds in the sky are clean and shiny and are letting the sun come through this morning. I love that there's diamonds in the sky. I mean, there's Lucy in the sky with diamonds, but if you think there's diamonds in the sky, that's pretty amazing. But yeah, Lisa, alliterative sentence for D? Absolutely. This is a letter D, and guess what? There are no names on the back. It makes me so sad to think that no one has named their child that watches the show anything with the letter D. But then again, there's Donna, that's me, and Donna, my mom, and Donald, my grandfather, and Dad, who's watching. I think he's still watching. I don't really know. But now I have an alliterative sentence. I'm nervous because you know what? Lisa, you're really good at these alliterative sentences. Should I do it? Should I do it now? I think I should. I didn't even stretch. We're changing the whole program up. Of course, there's Daria. That's right. Daria. Thank you. My executive producer is brilliant. He's like, Donna, your friend's name is Daria. I know. I think maybe, just maybe, should we stretch first? Yeah, let's do it. Put your arms out to the side, everybody. Let's get this alphabet going, okay? 26 letters in the alphabet. We know that 13 letters in, there's a space between the M and the N about this big, and we like to say middle, and yes, Dawn. You know what? I swear, I don't know what I would be doing without you. And look at that. Daria said, thank you, Ryan. Daria, I'm sorry. My head is in Dipsy Doodle land today. I've already gotten up early, and yeah, I will need to stretch first, she said, because that sentence is going to be a doozy. I could tell. I didn't even look at it, and I could tell. Okay, arms out to the side. 26 letters in the alphabet. We start with non-spaghetti arm seated jumping jacks, and then we get to M, we yell middle. Then we get to S, and we yell switch. Are you ready? Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, middle, N, O, P, Q, R, S, switch, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. It's true. Dash the dog. And we do. We dance delightfully together for sure. And I must be daydreaming. I'm just so distracted. I got up early this morning and now I know that there's things I have to accomplish, like really finding a toilet bowl. Yeah. And I don't really want to. But anyhow, and then I have to go to work. And, you know, it's just distractions, life. It's what it does to me sometimes. All right, I think I'm ready. Maybe I should let's do the vitamin first. I'm going to have vitamin time, then the alliterative sentence. That's what I'm going to do. I have to. I need some vitamins, extra vitamins in my system. Okay. These are red, yellow, and orange. So if you're going to pick, be specific when you say two of the same, which ones they might be, or two different, or whatever you feel like doing. And let's just see what we get today. And then we will read the nugget of truth. You know what's really funny? Today, I at least know where my little yellow book is. Oh, yeah. And don't forget, I love it. Don't forget to hydrate. No dehydration here. Right here in my turtle water bottle, I have water. And I'm going to not show you what's in my hand over here. And I'm going to take a sip of my water because you're right, Lisa. Hydration is everything. You should totally drink more water. Nope, I didn't see and you can't see. Okay, double colored. So that means two of the same? I'm guessing. I don't know. Elisa, guess so that maybe you or Daria, you guys could pick the page today. Come on. I want to see some guesses up there. Are you ready? On the count of 3. Lisa says 2 of the same. I love it. We're going to find out. Double colored, we have 2 of the same. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3. You guys, it is 2 of the same. It's 2 of the red ones. That's amazing that both of you got it today. Daria, I'm sorry. Daria said different, but she got here after, but it's 2 of the same. All right, now I need a page between 1 and 157. All right, and I'm going to take my vitamins. Woo! I love the interaction. I do. I like how we get to be interactive. It's fun. All right, are you ready? While I'm chewing, somebody put a page up there. 1, 2, 3. Mmm. 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 Mm. Brushing your teeth makes your vitamins taste wild. Wow, we had 3 pages. Let's do it. Why not? 53 came first. This is going to be a very big message today, and I love it. 53. Okay. Oh, I don't think we've read this page. I love this. Unofficially, I'd say that the number one cause of loneliness is not a lack of friends, but a lack of keeping busy. We've read this before. I forgot to mark it. And that 9 out of 10 times the solution to every crisis, challenge, or problem in any relationship, career, or otherwise is to get busy. Little is more impressive, inspirational, or beautiful than watching someone in the throes of action, driven by purpose, oblivious to all but their aim. And anyone, including you, can be that person on any day you choose. It's easier to fall in love and to be fallen in love with when you're busy. That's a better song. I love that one. Lisa. 87 for Daria. Okay. Oh boy. 87 is a page that looks like this. And what I'll read on this for you, Daria, is the first little paragraph. Pay no attention to those who say life is hard, that we're here to be tested, that success is about survival of the fittest, hard work and lucky breaks, that opportunity only knocks once, the early bird gets the worm, no matter how much those who say these things care about you. Fortunately, the truth is a hard thing to lose. People with all that they fear and all their limits they believe in are still irrationally full of optimism. Fables and folklore insist that dreams come true. Science now tells us that there is an energy to positive thinking. Athletes are encouraged to visualize it. The secret, we talked about it, is a universal law of attraction. And I've been telling people for 20 years that our thoughts literally become the things and events of our lives. That's magical because if you watched Manifesting Monday last night, we talked all about the law of attraction. 134. All right, let's see. last but not least, the great thing about feeling deep, earth-shaking love is that you can start with anyone. Send them love, wish them peace, see them happy. Everyone, always, forever. That's beautiful, you guys. I love all of that. So lots of positivity starting the day, because the truth is that waking up with as much gratitude as you possibly can have can really change your day. And I'm just grateful that I did get up, and I'm grateful that I got up early, and I'm grateful that I got things done already. And I'm grateful to be here with you guys. Grateful that I brushed my teeth. And so was the guy at the counter where I bought my stuff. Although I was in a mask, but that made me really grateful for brushing my teeth. Okay, alliterative sentence. I know, I was stalling. Ready? Here we go. I'm gonna find it right now. Here it goes. I'm making the banner bigger because let's get serious here. Daniel Dawson ducked deftly as Daffy Duck's daughter's ducks dived. Daniel Dawson ducked deftly as Daffy Duck's daughter's ducks dived. Daniel Dawson ducked deftly as Daffy Duck's daughter ducks dived. Did I say it right? Daniel Dawson's duck deftly. Nope, I messed it up on the fourth time. I should have just stopped. I think I did well up until then. Daniel Dawson ducked deftly as Daffy Duck's daughter's ducks dived. That's really good. You are really good. I destroyed until I kept going because I could have just stopped. But thank you for that. But then I got destroyed. Thank you. There was a typo. Where? And then, oops, exactly. You know why? Sometimes I just can't stop. I want to keep going and try to get it to go faster. Daniel Dawson ducked deftly as Daffy Duck's daughter's ducks dived. Let's see. The teacher. Oh, I think you're fine. I mean, the first three count. Yes! You know what? You're really good, Lisa. I will tell you. You and Frank should really get together and write a book. It would be such a good book. We'll take all the alliterative sentences from story times and see what you can come up with, because I think it would be really incredible, to tell you the truth. I mean, why not? I don't know. I just think it would be amazing. All right. Are you ready for some more books? I am. But first, we need to send out love and light to all of those who, let's see, D. What can we put as our love and light mantra today? Does anybody have any ideas? Doctors? Donna digs donuts and devil dogs. I do. Donna digs donuts and devil dogs. I love devil dogs. They're so tasty. Daffy Ducks and daughter ducks. That's okay. I love it. I dig it. I totally do. But I do love devil dogs. Okay. Drivers, doctors, divers. How about, who would we use? We're going to bring Squishmallow out. Silly goat. And let's see. So Squishmallow and Silly Goat. We're going to try to laugh our way through the day at anyone that seems to be a little bit, deli owners. I can go for a tuna fish sandwich from John's Deli in Bloomfield. It's amazing. I love them. And then you have my friend Ruthie over at Mastriano's, and they make amazing sandwiches also. That's more of a butcher shop and a deli. Now I'm hungry. Now I'm really hungry. Okay, and there's my little buddy. All righty. So let's send love and light out today to those who need extra healing, help, love. How about the plumbers? You know how many times I've had to call my plumber? I know it doesn't start with D, but My phone is ringing like a duck. And you know what? I'm sending it to voicemail, but I forgot. How funny is that? That was a really cool thing that just happened. I don't know if you heard that or not, but my phone sounds like a duck. That's funny. Dentist. I love it. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? I love the sound of ducks. That's why my ringtone is the duck. Let's get Quack out here. All right, on the count of 3, to all of those out there that need love and light, now is the time to do it because we have books to read and I'm so excited. So from your mind, your head, your heart, and your whole being, send a beam of light from you to me and I'll send one from me to you. And together we can elevate the vibration of the global population and we can change the place to the most positive world we've ever lived in. It's going to be better yesterday. No, better than yesterday. Better today and tomorrow than yesterday. Oh my goodness, Donna. Sometimes you need to just take it down a notch. All right, here we go. 1, in your head. 2, your heart. 3, your whole being. Let's do it. And so it is. Ah, that was good. I'm sending it to my daughters. Daughters. I love my daughters. Carly and Courtney. Their name starts with C, which was yesterday, but today, daughters start with D. And I love them so much. It's undeniable. Okay. Who's ready to breathe it on in? Here we go. Let's focus. Let's get these books going. I am positive. I am excited. I am magical. I am focused. All right. Are you ready? I am sure that I just almost hiccuped right there. Okay. First, let's read an oldie but a goodie. And it's a little bit shorter than the original. It is Dumbo. Oh, you know what I forgot? Dawn Maloney. Good morning, beautiful Dawn. I forgot to read our book, Dina the Deaf Dinosaur. Well, let's see if we have time for a bonus book today. If we do, we'll read it then. Okay? So, Dumbo. What a beautiful little elephant. Today is a special day. The storks are bringing babies to all the circus animals. But where is Mrs. Jumbo's baby? Uh-oh. Here he comes. The other elephants peek in to say hello. Mrs. Jumbo loves her new baby. She names him Jumbo Jr. Interesting. See the stork bringing the baby? But the other elephants laugh at Jumbo. They've never seen a baby elephant with such enormous ears. Jumbo, says one of the elephants. You mean Dumbo. Oh no, that's so mean. Why do people have to be so mean? It's not very nice. That's her baby. The children point and laugh at Dumbo too. Mrs. Jumbo gets angry and the ringmaster locks her up away from all the elephants, including Dumbo. Well, that's just terrible. Because she's defending her baby. Jumbo has one friend who never laughs at his ears. Timothy, the mouse. Timothy thinks Dumbo will be a star someday. Look at Timothy, the mouse. If only the others thought so. Poor Dumbo. The ringmaster makes Dumbo perform with the clowns. Oh, poor baby. Timothy takes Dumbo to see his mother. Dumbo falls asleep, happy, and dreams that he can fly. Look at that face. So sweet. Then Timothy discovers Dumbo really can fly. Dumbo does not believe it, so Timothy gives his friend a magic feather. Soon, Dumbo is like a flying bird. He's flying with all his friends, the crows. Back at the circus, Dumbo sits atop a high tower. With his magic feather, he and Timothy will fly gracefully to the ground. What a great trick! But then Dumbo drops the feather. Oh no! Now what? As they fall, Timothy convinces Dumbo that he is special and he doesn't need a feather to fly. Dumbo can fly with his amazing ears. Now Dumbo is a circus sensation. He and his mother live happily ever after. So this is a much shorter version of the Dumbo that I'm familiar with. And you know what? Maybe one day we'll actually read the full book of Dumbo, because I know I've seen it here among all of my books, but that was the first version I saw today, and that was definitely a short and sweet version of Dumbo. But you know what I have next? I'm so excited. Dear Mrs. LaRue, Letters from Obedience School, written and illustrated by Mark Teague. This book is completely by local author Mark Teague. I am so excited about this. Now, you know what I like to do. Every time I find a book with a jacket, we take the jacket off, we invite the book to stay in for a while, and then we make sure that we give the jacket back before the book gets put on a shelf or somewhere else for safety. Right here. So excited. The Snort City Register Gazette. Local dog enters obedience school, September 30th. Wait a second. There we go. Citing a long list of behavioral problems, Snort City resident Gertrude R. LaRue yesterday enrolled her dog Ike in the Igor Rottweiler Canine Academy established in 1953. The academy has a history of dealing with such issues. I'm at my wit's end, said Mrs. LaRue. I love Ike, but I'm afraid he's quite spoiled. He steals food right off the kitchen counter, chases the neighbor's cats, howls whenever I'm away, and last week, while I was crossing the street, he pulled me down and tore my best camel's hair coat. I just don't know what else to do. School officials were unavailable for comment. And there's Ike LaRue. Dear Mrs. LaRue, October 1st. How could you do this to me? This is a prison, not a school. You should see the other dogs. They are bad dogs. Mrs. LaRue, I do not fit in. Even the journey here was a horror. I am very unhappy and may need something to chew on when I get home. Please come right away. Sincerely, Ike. Oh, this must have been the ride there, Rottweiler. Meanwhile, look at this. This says sauna and pool. How bad could it be? October 2nd. Dear Mrs. LaRue, were you really so upset about the chicken pie? You know you might have discussed it with me. You could have said, Ike, don't eat the chicken pie. I'm saving it for dinner. Would that have been so difficult? It would have prevented a lot of hard feelings. Needless to say, I am being horribly mistreated. You say I should be patient and accept that I'm here through the term. Are you aware that the term lasts 2 months? Do you know how long that is in dog years? Sincerely, Ike. Guess that's when he ate the chicken pie. Look at that. He's got a brush. He's got food. He's got bones. He's got a typewriter. Looks like a pretty good place to stay to me. October 3rd. Dear Mrs. LaRue, I'd like to clear up some misconceptions about the Hibbins cat. First, they are hardly the little angels Mrs. Hibbins makes them out to be. Second, how should I know what they were doing out on the fire escape in the middle of January? They were being a bit melodramatic. Don't you think? The way they cried and refused to come down? It's hard to believe they were really sick for 3 whole days. But you know, cats. Your dog, Ike. Did he corner them? It looks like it. October 4th. Dear Mrs. LaRue, you should see what goes on around here. The way my warden, Miss Klondike, barks orders is shocking. Day after day, I'm forced to perform the most meaningless tasks. Today, it was sit and roll over all day long. I flatly refuse to roll over. It's ridiculous. I won't do it. Of course, I was severely punished. And another thing, who will help you cross the street while I'm away? You know you have a bad habit of not looking both ways. Think of all the times I've saved you. Well, there was that one time. Anyway, I must say you weren't very grateful, complaining on and on about the tiny rip in your ratty old coat. But the point is, you need me. You need me. Yours, Ike. Look at this. This is what he's making it sound like. And this is what it actually looks like. Not so bad, Ike. Not so bad at all. Dear Mrs. LaRue, written October 5th. The guards here are all caught up in this good dog, bad dog thing. I hear it constantly. Good dog, Ike. Don't be a bad dog, Ike. Is it really so good to sit still like a lummox all day? Nevertheless, I refuse to be broken. Miss Klondike has taken my typewriter. She claims it disturbs the other dogs. Does anybody care that the other dogs disturb me? Yours, Ike. Look, she took the typewriter and he had to finish in pencil. Ridiculous. Look, he's got a blender. He's got it good. October 6th. Dear Mrs. LaRue, were the neighbors really complaining about my howling? It is hard to imagine. First, I didn't howl that much. You were away those nights, so you wouldn't know. But trust me, it was quite moderate. Second, let's recall that these are the same neighbors that are constantly waking me up in the middle of the afternoon with their loud vacuuming. I say we all have to learn to get along. My life here continues to be a nightmare. You wouldn't believe what goes on in the cafeteria. Sincerely, Ike. P.S. I don't want to alarm you, but the thought of escape has crossed my mind. Look at this dog. He's in a gourmet restaurant with a menu that has appetizers, floor-dropped table scraps. Oh, golden chewy bone with gravy. This is what he's making it sound like. No howling, no biting, scratching, growling, slobbering, or barking, and no seconds. Man, I tell you. Dear Mrs. LaRue, written October 7th. I hate to tell you this, but I'm terribly ill. It started in my paw, causing me to limp all day. Later, I felt queasy, so that I could barely eat dinner except for the yummy gravy. Then I began to moan and howl. Finally, I had to be taken to the vet. Dr. Wilfrey claims that he can't find anything wrong with me, but I am certain I have an awful disease. I must come home at once. Honestly, yours, Ike. So this is what he's making it sound like. And this is what it looks like. Do you see the diagnosis? Patient Ike LaRue. Diagnosis, hypochondriac. You know what a hypochondriac is? He's making it up. He's not really sick. Someone who says they're sick when they're not. When I used to try to stay home from school as a kid, my Nana would say, "Stop being such a hypochondriac." And I was very insulted. I was insulted. I didn't even know what it was when I was a kid, but I knew it was not nice. October 8th, dear Mrs. LaRue, thank you for the lovely get well card. Still, I'm a little surprised that you didn't come get me. I know what Dr. Wilfrey says, but is it really wise to take risks with one's health? I could have a relapse, you know. With fall here, I think about all the fine times we used to have in the park. Remember how sometimes you would bring along a tennis ball? You would throw it and I would retrieve it every time, except for once when it landed in something nasty and I brought you back a stick instead. And how I miss those days. Yours truly, Ike. P.S. Imagine how awful it is for me to be stuck inside my tiny cell. P.P.S. I still feel pretty sick. This is what he's making it sound like. And this is what it looks like. They're doing a pumpkin festival. I mean, it looks pretty nice to me. But I guess any place that's not with your owner, your pal, it kind of seems like it would be in lockdown. Okay. October 9th. Dear Mrs. LaRue, by the time you read this, I will be gone. I have decided to attempt a daring escape. I'm sorry it has come to this, since I'm really a very good dog, but frankly, you left me no choice. How sad it is not to be appreciated. From now on, I'll wander from town to town without a home, or even any dog food, most likely. Such is the life of a desperate outlaw. I will try to write to you from time to time as I carry on with my life of hardship and danger. Your lonely fugitive, Ike. He's going to attempt a breakout. This should be interesting. The Snort City Register Gazette, October 10th. Ooh, LaRue escapes doggy detention. Former Snort City resident Ike LaRue escaped last night from the dormitory at the Igor Rottweiler Canine Academy. The dog is described as toothy by local police. His current whereabouts are unknown. To be honest, I thought he was bluffing when he told me he was planning to escape, said a visibly upset Gertrude R. LaRue. The dog's owner? Ike tends to be a bit melodramatic, you know. Now, I can only pray that he'll come back. Asked if he would return Ike to asked if he slow it down. Asked if she would return Ike to Rottweiler Academy. Mrs. LaRue said that she would have to wait and see. He's a good dog, basically, but he can be difficult. Oh, no. That's not good. Look at him in the taxi. I wonder where he's going. October 11th, somewhere in America. Dear Mrs. LaRue, I continue to suffer horribly as I roam this barren wasteland. Who knows where my wanderings will take me now? Hopefully to someplace with yummy food. Remember the special treats you used to make for me? I miss them. I miss our nice, comfy apartment. But mostly, I miss you. Your sad dog, Ike. P.S. I even miss the Hibbins cats in a way. This is the picture he's painting, but look at where he's painting it from. He looks pretty comfy at the diner. Oh, man. Snort City or Bust. October 12th, still somewhere. Dear Mrs. LaRue, the world is a hard and cruel place for a stray dog. You would scarcely believe the misery I've endured, so I have decided to return home. You may try to lock me up again, but that is a risk I must take. And frankly, even more than myself, I worry about you. You may not know it, Mrs. LaRue, but you need a dog. Your misunderstood friend, Ike. I think this is a very sweet book. I think it's very, 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 very cute. The Snort City Register Gazette, October 13th. Hero dog saves owner. Ike LaRue, until recently a student at the Igor Brotweiler Canine Academy, returned to Snort City yesterday in dramatic fashion. In fact, he arrived just in time to rescue his owner, Gertrude R. LaRue of 2nd Avenue, from an oncoming truck. Mrs. LaRue had made the trip downtown to purchase a new camel's hair coat. Apparently, she neglected to look both ways before stepping out into traffic. Oh my goodness. The daring rescue was witnessed by several onlookers, including Patrolman Newton Smitzer. He rolled right across 2 lanes of the traffic to get at her, said Smitzer. It was really something. I haven't seen rolling like that since I left the police academy. Check it out. He rolled to rescue his owner. Pretty amazing. Mrs. LaRue was unhurt in the incident, though her coat was badly torn. I don't care about that, she said. I'm just happy to have my Ike back home where he belongs. LaRue said she plans to throw a big party for the dog. All the neighbors will be there, and I'm going to serve Ike's favorite dishes. Look at the cat, does not look very happy. She looks thrilled. I like Ike. I'll bet he can't wait to taste the chicken pie. Look at that. He got his own typewriter. That's pretty awesome. That was a great book. That's a fun one. Okay, we have 10 minutes left. So I think what we should do is, in true fashion of, keeping things going, we need to read Dino the Deaf Dinosaur because we're supposed to read it every time we get to the letter D. Why? Because we want to just make sure that through repetition, we can learn, and also to help bring awareness to people in our neighborhood, in our area, in our families, in our friend groups, in our future, somebody we haven't met yet that is deaf. And this is an amazing book that helps to shed light on what it might be like to be misunderstood, to wish that you were different. I love this book. I think it helps to teach tolerance, and I think it belongs in libraries and schools and homes, preschools, everywhere. It's called Dino the Deaf Dinosaur, written by Carol Adebato, illustrated by Valentine. Deep in the woods, there lived a mole named Molery. One day, when he crawled out of his underground tunnel, he found some trash near the tunnel's opening. Molery rummaged through the garbage and found an old bicycle without a seat and a sailboat without a sail. He was about to bring these treasures home when he heard a sound. Hi, Christine. I love you too. Christine, your birthday's tomorrow. Should we read Macabre? In a nearby oak tree, there lived a chipmunk named Camilla and an owl named Otto. Camilla enjoyed cooking near the window of her treehouse where she could watch Otto tinker with an old car. While she was making lunch, she too heard a sound. She checked the kettle, but it was quiet. She looked at the window and heard the sound again. Meanwhile, Otto was working on one of his old cars. Otto was a collector of antique automobiles. He was looking under the hood of one old car when he too heard the sound. He checked the engine, but this was not an engine type of sound. He turned off the engine and he heard the sound again. I wonder what it is. Curious about the strange noise, Mullery, Camilla, and Otto decided to find out what was making the sound. They searched and searched the woods, following the sound as it got louder and louder. Suddenly, they stopped in their tracks. There, sitting on a log, was a dinosaur as big as a house. The dinosaur bent its head, and tears started to pour. They soon realized that the sound they heard was the sound of the dinosaur crying. Aw, what's wrong, little dinosaur? Mullery the mole sucked in a deep breath of courage and bravely walked up to the dinosaur. "Excuse me," he said. But the dinosaur did not answer. Mullery turned to his neighbors and shrugged his shoulders. Camilla yelled, "Are you hungry?" But again, the dinosaur did not reply. Otto, now steeled with courage, went near and waved his wings, trying to capture the dinosaur's attention. The waving worked. The dinosaur stopped crying, and Otto waved again, and the dinosaur waved back. "Hello," said Otto, but the dinosaur just turned her head. "Can you hear me?" Otto gestured by pointing to his ears and shaking his head, and the dinosaur shook its head. No. "Aha," said Otto to his friends. "This dinosaur is deaf." "Oh dear, what shall we do?" asked Camilla. "Well, good thing you asked." Because Otto turned to his companions and said, "My dear friends, she communicates in sign language and finger spelling. I remember some sign language that I learned a long time ago from a deaf dove. I use sign language with her like we use our voices and ears to talk." Otto took out his wallet from under his wing, and inside the wallet was a folded up piece of paper. He unfolded the paper, and on it were all the letters of the alphabet. Just above each letter was a hand sign showing how to use fingers to make the letters. Otto studied the paper and then lifted his wing and signed, "Hi." The dinosaur's eyes widened and he finger spelled, "Hi back." See the letters? This is where we practice the alphabet, right? Otto brightened and signed, "What's your name?" The dinosaur was surprised but quickly responded, "My name?" Otto nodded. "Dina, D-I-N-A. Is my name," the dinosaur signed in finger spelling and sign language. It's actually, yeah, I did it right. D-I-N-A. Mullery and Camilla looked back and forth as if they were watching a tennis match. "The dinosaur's name is Dina," Otto added. "Wow. Ask her why she's crying," said Camilla. Otto signed the question to Dina. "Because I left home," Dina signed back. "But why did you leave home?" signed Otto. "I couldn't talk with my family and I was lonely. My mother and father wanted me to speak, but not sign. They wanted me to be like a hearing dinosaur." They wanted me to be like a hearing dinosaur. But I tried to talk and lip read in crowds, but strangers looked at me as if I were weird. It was hard because they could not understand my speech. I grew up thinking I was the only dinosaur in the world who couldn't hear. Can she read lips? Asked Mullery. Dina responded to Otto in sign language. Only so-so. See that? So the parents wanted Dina to speak and not use sign language. Because I'm guessing that they didn't know how to, and it made it really challenging, and they just wanted their daughter to be like them. And I think that that happens so often in life, is that we want everyone to be just like us, but the truth is, everyone is different. No two people are exactly alike. What are your names? Dina asked Otto in sign language. My name is Otto. O-T-T-O, signed Otto. Otto pointed to the chipmunk and fingers spelled, went like this, Camilla, C-A-M-I-L-L-A. Mullery the mole interrupted and said, it's not polite to point at people. Well, in deaf culture, it is the way of indicating either people or things, replied Otto. I was signing Camilla's name. How do you sign my name? Mullery asked. Otto the owl demonstrated. I'm Mullery. M-O-L-I-E-R-E. Mullery then signed his name. See that? Oh, it's late. Let's have lunch, Camilla said excitedly. Mullery went to get a table and chairs, and Camilla went to her house to fetch some food. They filled the table with plates, bowls, and pitchers. Dina smiled and waved her paws in the air. So she went like this. And they asked, Mullery asked Otto, what is she doing? Otto replied, in deaf culture, waving in the air is the same as applause. After all, the deaf people can't hear the sound of clapping. So they get very excited, and that's what they do with their hands. You're welcome to stay with us, Dina, said Otto. At first, Dina was overjoyed, and then she felt sad as she signed I-M-I-S-S-M-Y, and then parents, P-A-R-E-N-T-S. Now, I'm sure that there's a much quicker way to sign parents without finger spelling, but I'm not really sure what it is. I'm pretty sure that this is mother and this is father. I need to learn more. Several hours later, Otto, Mullery, Camilla, and Dina went to the beach while Dina's new friends played and laughed. All Dina could do was stare out at the sea. She was confused. She was homesick, but she was afraid to go home. Suddenly, two huge shadows appeared on the sand. Dina looked up, and it was her parents. As they approached, Dina used her voice and said, I don't want to go home with you. That is sad. Dina's father's hands began to move. He was signing. Wait, my child. After you left, we worried until our hearts broke. We realized that you were right, Dina. Will you teach us more signs? Ah, I'll never run away again, sighed Dina as she ran to her parents and hugged them. Otto, Mullery, and Camilla all had tears of joy in their eyes. Happy endings always make me hungry, sighed Mullery. Then let's have dinner, sighed Camilla. Communication is the beginning of love. See that? The mother and the father are hugging her. So sweet, so special. And yes, it is. Father, mother, sleep. Sleep, more, and hello. But I know you could say hi. Those are just some signs. And then love. So I love you. And then, let's see. Oh, friend. We can be friends. Right? Happy. And then cry. And then eat. You make it like you're eating. I love that. So I say it all the time, and I'm going to say it again. This book, to me, is something that should be in all the classrooms, really, because it's so informative. Kids can practice like we do, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. And I love you. I do. And I love story time, and I love being here. And I thank you so much for another amazing story time, where today we actually had a bonus book. We read about Dumbo, the shortened version. We read about how you put your how did dinosaurs say goodnight. We read this Dear Mrs. LaRue, an amazing book by local author and illustrator Mark Teague. And we read about Dina the Deaf Dinosaur. So I say we had a pretty full story time today. I want to say thank you so much. And this is when we go out with what? Our hug. Yes. So put your right hand on your left shoulder and your left hand on your right. Give yourself a squeeze for me. Hug yourself so tight. And know that everything's going to be all right. I mean, that's what I think, right? So here we go. I am peace. I am love. I am joy. I am totally content. Thank you. You're so sweet. I love you, Christine. And you're welcome, Ryan, Dino. And I'll see everyone back here tomorrow for the letter E and Christine Grillon's birthday, because it's 4/14, baby. I don't even know what books I should do, but Christine, you can always send me a text message if you have any requests. I'd love to see what you'd like me to honor you with. Okay. Until then, happy Tuesday. Bye-bye.